If you resist lawful orders, you're going to jail. If you flee arrest, you're going to go to jail tired. If you try to mob rule a car in Brevard County, gathering around it, refusing to let the driver leave, in our county, you're most likely going to get run over and dragged across the street. If you spit on us, you're going to the hospital and in jail. If you hit one of us, you're going to the hospital and jail, and most likely get bitten by one of our big, beautiful dogs that we have here. If you throw a brick, a firebomb, or point a gun at one of our deputies, we will be notifying your family where to collect your remains at, because we will kill you graveyard dead. We're not going to play.
The kind of lawlessness that we've witnessed on the streets of California will not be tolerated in Florida.
We also have a policy that if you're driving on one of those streets and a mob comes and surrounds your vehicle and threatens you, you have a right to flee for your safety. And so if you drive off and you hit one of these people, that's their fault for impinging on you. You don't have to sit there and just be a sitting duck and let the mob grab you out of your car and drag you through the streets. You have a right to defend yourself in Florida. They also just take over streets. Look, if you don't have a permit to take over streets, you can't just interrupt traffic. The Hamas people tried to do this when they were doing that a year or so ago. They tried it in Miami. They were kicked off the road in 13 minutes. They tried it in Central Florida. Our highway patrol got them out of there in 11 minutes. So you're going to be held accountable. The inmates are not going to run the asylum. This is not Los Angeles. This is the free state of Florida. The minute you cross into attacking law enforcement, any type of rioting, any type of vandalism, looting, just be prepared to have the law come down on you. And we will make an example of you. You can guarantee it. If you riot, if you loot, if you engage in mob violence, you are going to be held accountable in the state of Florida. We are not going to sit by and let people take pot shots at the men and women of law enforcement. You come from a foreign country illegally into our country. You burn the American flag in protest of them trying to send you back to the country whose flag you're waving. They're looting Foot Locker, the Apple Store, all this stuff, burning cars, doing all this. That would never fly in the state of Florida, not for 1 minute. You'd end up in the slammer very quickly.
Florida making national headlines with a new law that the governor signed today. Now, it promises jail time for being part of a violent riot.
So it increases the charge for battery on a police officer. It also allows people to sue local governments over personal or property damage, increases penalties for protesters who block roadways or deface public monuments.
We've got the back of the community. But if the government officials don't have our back, then it's impossible to keep the community safe. And that's what we've seen throughout the nation. The government officials are saying, stand down. We have prosecutors saying, we won't prosecute. Well, what do they think's going to happen when you give the rioter permission to riot? That's not happening in Florida.